Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a video on the Limit Breaker quest. It's the second one. It'll be the more difficult Limit Breaker quest. It'll be here on the 12th, so look out for that. So make sure you clear the first one. I don't know if it's already gone by now. I don't think it is. I think I saw a death redoing it a day or two ago. I don't know. I cleared it day one and I haven't touched it since. Get 15, 16, and you're good to go. But this one, you're most likely going to want to try to get to 22, I think is the max bonus or whatever. But yeah, so continuing on the special Limit Breaker quest, this Limit Breaker quest will be open to players from rank 15, making it easier for everyone. Oh, this isn't an easy one, is it? What is the time limit? Time. 5 minutes. Okay, so it's not the easy one. Okay, just want to make sure we weren't getting two easy ones for whatever reason. I would like the transcendence points, so that way I can stack up for anniversary and swimsuits and whatnot. So that way I have a lot in case I max transcend one of the characters, which I probably won't. I never do, because I get shafted every fucking time. So you know. But yet again, it is Giselle in the first slot, because of course it is. Of course it is. Granted, kind of makes sense. Giselle's the main Limit Breaker character. But then it is a, well, I'll go over all the attributes actually. It is, okay, also my camera is, there we go, centered. Soul Reaper, Heart, Mind attribute damage times 2, melee damage times 2, and then killer effect times 4. So you'll probably want to bring either like Ishin or a Soul Reaper melee character, or Giselle. That's like the main like three you probably want to end up going for. Slot 2, no affiliation, mind enemies. Heart, no affiliate. That is Toshiro again? Toshiro again? Okay, so it's literally the exact same team. That's crazy. I think it's like legitimately almost the exact same rules and everything, if I'm not mistaken, as the last one, which is super weird. I don't know why they're doing that, but actually I know why they're doing that. They're rerunning Tosh right now, and then Mugetsu is rerunning on like the 12th. I think he's actually rerunning on the 12th, the Mugetsu banner, where he's like guaranteed at step 20, which I don't think is worth. Mugetsu is pretty much done in the game. In terms of like meta, like super meta, he's still good, but like, you know. But yeah, those are the main three: Giselle, Toshiro, and then Mugetsu most likely for the third slot. Let's go over some options that you could potentially bring. Also, guys, do you like my music right now? I think it's pretty appropriately themed. It's kind of chilly in my house. So rules: Soul Reaper, Mind, and then melee. So besides Giselle, there is 8th Anniversary White, who does have all the rules, so maybe he could do well enough. He does also have Last Rate over time. Does he have an increased chance, actually? If he has an increased chance, then maybe, but I don't believe he does. Frenzy 2. Oh, it's just against Heart Attribute Enemy? Yeah, I feel as though he could be pretty good, since he has an increased chance. He has damage to drain and last rated enemies. You know, he's got the SP boost. No Berserker, I actually just realized. I have never realized that before, but this character never got Berserker. But I guess back then, yeah, they either got SP boost or Berserker, it looks like. But yeah, I mean, he's probably good enough. Just to get to the wave 20 or whatever it is that you need. Daddy Ichigo could be used, but you would absolutely need 2 insane heavy hitters in the other ones to make up for his lack of DPS, by the way, just in case if anyone's curious. I just don't think he could actually do it. So let's go away and just take off the Mind attribute. So who could you potentially use as a melee Soul Reaper killer? So there is Basby, there's True Shikai, which True Shikai is a very good choice in my opinion. Ichibei, because you need to kill so many enemies to get his gauge built up, I honestly am not going to recommend him at all unless he is 5'5". And even then, I think he's going to be an absolute shit unit. He's just aged very, very poorly, unfortunately. Unohana is another exceptional character that you could probably use. A bit RNG, obviously, because you're going to need to constantly keep reapplying the SP boost. But outside of that, I think that she could do quite well. And then Softly Tosh if you want to. I really don't recommend it, but you go for it if you want to. I do not recommend it. Let's go back to Mind and just go with melee Mind characters. Who could you use? You know, Rukia, she has freeze, so she can keep the poise enemies in place, to keep that in mind. What attribute is on the ground, by the way, or ailment? It is Weakening. Okay, so I think Ishin is also weaken immune, so that is absolutely perfect. So Ishin would probably be the second best slot if I had to guess. Yeah, we can resist, you know, the Berserker 50%, 120% SP boost, Frenzy of 2, Rampage, increased status on the chance, weaken defense on the soul bomb. Like, also I realized that I'm literally like in front of the skills, my bad. He's just really, really good. He is incredible in Limit Breaker Quest. Honestly, I think he might be like the best Limit Breaker Quest character because he is such an insane powerhouse. And he's always going to have increased chance against heart attribute enemies. He might not have the killer bonus effect and whatnot, but he's still an insane character. In Guild Quest, I still think Giselle is better, obviously, for the mind attribute. I went over that, but like, this man is just absolutely insane. The other character, obviously, is Yuha. Yuha can work, but I've just noticed his damage has just been falling off every Limit Breaker quest that we get. Like, he just keeps feeling worse and worse. Granted, this one he's not, because he has no increased status summon chance. This one it's still Reaper enemy, so he's not going to have the killer effect times 4. But he'll have the melee damage times 2, mind attribute damage times 2, that sort of thing. And he is completely immune if I'm not mistaken. And it'll also grant you a second soul bomb, so there is that. And then if you have any other mind characters, you also get a little bit of recharge, 20%. I doubt you would use another mind character unless maybe you don't have anyone else for slot 3, then, you know, maybe you use Yuhan like slot 3 and then maybe Ishin in slot 1 or something like that. I don't know, because you can like pretty much use anyone in slot 3. That is a plane going overhead, by the way. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it, but that is what that is. As for mind characters, I genuinely think that that is pretty much about it. So let's go just Soul Reaper, Killer, Mind units. Who do we have? This will probably be the last one for this. Maybe 7th Anniversary Ichigo, and genuinely that's the only other character. He doesn't have an increased chance, he only has Frenzy 1, he's going to be super annoying to use, but he does have Paralysis, he has the Vortex, so he can help with those the poise enemies. Granted, he has to paralyze them, they don't get stuck. He doesn't have Poise Break, right? I think 8th Anniversary Ichigo introduced that. Yeah, no, he didn't. Okay. So yeah, that is pretty much it for slot 1. I'm going on to slot 2. Let's go. So Heart, no affiliation. Arranged boys. What do we got? Toshiro, obviously, and then Kaname, a farmer. I'm gonna say this right now. He's not gonna work. He's not gonna work. Let's just go ahead and take. Wait, did I put the? I did it. Okay. Let's take off heart attribute. Who can we possibly use? As not 8th Anniversary Ichigo. Honestly, 8th Anniversary Ichigo. No. He won't have increased chance. I take it back. If it was technique attribute enemies, I honestly might use 8th Anniversary Ichigo because he's just really consistent. I love this unit, but he doesn't have the increased chance because they're not technique. Macy's another option, but like 2 people play the game right now that have Macy. Like hardly anybody has her because she's just such a rare character because she hasn't reran in almost a year time, if I'm not mistaken. I think last one was like last February. I haven't seen this unit rerun in ages. I don't really know why, but they just haven't. Yeah, like Tosh, like these 3 are usable, but obviously Tosh is a bit better. So let's just take off the range damage and let's go back to heart. Who could you use? Concord. There is like no one with this killer. Like Concord, I don't think he's that great. I really don't recommend using him. So let's go just. Okay, this is where it'll probably open up. Just melee heart characters. End of year Ichigo. There's no more end of year Ichigos. Like these 2 are just so goddamn insanely broken. Like go for it, because they would have. I guess neither of them would have increased chance. Never mind. But Ichigo, this one, Fullbring Bankai, does have Frenzy 3, so he does have a higher chance to proc. So I'm leaning towards him realistically. Obviously in general, but like I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, this Ichigo is so much better. Why am I even considering this guy? But yeah, this Ichigo is just absurd. His weakening plus, so you can consistently keep reapplying status summons. His EX 100% SP boost, and you get a special move Soul Bomb, and a team party strong attack recharge of 15% when you defeat 40 enemies. He's just insane, and he's completely immune. So this guy is just insane. Probably my favorite character in the game. You could try Kilgay. He's gonna basically have nothing, but if you have him duped out and because he does have Rampage, he could cook. Bruno is another option. Bruno has just kind of been phased out. I can't lie though, but like they're still usable options. And I would probably say that that's about it. What haven't I looked at? Have I looked at melee no affiliation? I think I have. I have not. So if you don't want to go for the heart attribute damage times 2, you could do this. You could go like a Wetsu for slot 2. I know a lot of people pulled a Wetsu off the recent rerun where he was in there. You could use him. Obviously, if you have Giselle, maybe you could use Yuha in slot 2. Then you get more recharge for Giselle. 8th anniversary White. Shinji as well. That's another option right there. And then that's probably about it. I wouldn't go below 8th anniversary realistically, besides like Macy was before 8th anniversary, weren't they? Whatever, doesn't matter. Anything before 8th anniversary I realistically would not recommend because the power creep just exploded after that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for slot 2. Slot 3 genuinely doesn't matter. But if you do want to, power hollow killers, there's no melee or anything. There's literally no boost besides the killer effect. So you're going to just want to bring a hollow killer, which is great because there's a lot of hollow killers in this game. But for power, there is the Mugetsu, 8th anniversary Ichigo, and the 1000-year Builder Yamamoto. All would be excellent options. And honestly, I might use 8th anniversary Ichigo. He has increased status summon chance, and I love 8th anniversary Ichigo. Am I going for a meta run? Not really. It'll depend though, but I might give him a run. I got him max ascended. I'm thinking of doing a showcase on him. I did one, but I was really tired and it was kind of boring. So you know, it is what it is. But Mugetsu is going to be a very, very good option. Keep that in mind. Now, if we just take off power, hollow killers, you got Sun. You got Isane. Isane is still a very good character. You got Gremmy. Like, come on. That's all you needed to hear. Kangdu. Kangdu's a very good character as well. You have Yua if you haven't used him yet. Raruka as well. Bruno. Yama. Quincy, Ichigo, Okiyo, like there's so many characters here that you could use. Obviously some of them are better than others, but I just wanted to mention, I don't recommend going in without killer in this one. That you can, but I would not recommend it. I highly recommend going in with a character with killer. If I had to rank them, by the way, I would probably say, depending if you use Giselle, in slot 1, actually, I think Giselle and Gremmy have the same buffs, don't they? I was gonna say you can use Gremmy to increase Giselle's damage, but I believe they have the exact same buff, so I guess it wouldn't matter too much. Well, no, they have this. Giselle doesn't have this. So yeah, slot 1 if you're using Giselle, I think Gremmy would be the best option. And then after that, it would be Mugetsu, and then probably Yuha, Ichigo, Sun, somewhere around there, because Kangdu. And then, you know, Yama as well. Yama would be very, very good, this Yama, and so forth. So, yeah, I think that's going to be it for the video. I don't want to dive too deep into slot 3, but I showed a pretty good few amount of options. So I guess what I'm going to be doing, I guess I'll tell you guys that. So slot 1, I'm probably going to end up using Unohana if I go melee Soul Reaper. Yeah, as you can see, like I have Ichigo and I have Unohana. I'm leaning towards using Unohana because I just think she's going to be a better character. But then again, Ichigo does have increased status summon chance, so I might just go Ichigo actually, because he'd have increased status summon chance and Laceration is amazing. So yeah, I'm gonna go Ichigo. And then slot 2, I am probably going to go Toshiro. Yeah, like I have him. He's 1-5 unfortunately, but like who cares? Or if anything, I could go end the year Ichigo, because it's like, who really cares? He's just that broken. He wouldn't really get anything out of it, but I could. Or I could go end the year Ichigo in slot 1, realistically. But he wouldn't have increased chance, so I don't really know. And then slot 3, I'm thinking of going either Mugetsu or 8th anniversary Ichigo. I'm really torn. I love 8th anniversary Ichigo, but that would be my team, something like that. Let me know down below what you guys are going to end up using. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and hope you guys have a great day.